After this quantum apocalypse, or the Q-Day, as we call it, crypto continues. I believe in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will still be existent after this apocalypse, just their liquidity will be drained out. And I hope to get some of them, or most of them, in the best way, after this Q-Day. I think it will be correct in the end of this decade, beginning of the next one. My first Bitcoin was purchased in 2011. I'm missing them because I have formatted a hard drive with these Bitcoins. After 6 months, I purchased them only to pay for hosting. I purchased some VPN service, purchased hosting, and forgot about them. I did not trust them, really. I seen potential in this story, but I was thinking that the rulers of our world will not allow this. The main miracle in crypto story that governments allowed this. Yes, I was trying to propagate it in my informational bubble. Unfortunately, in my bubble, almost everyone decided that it's scam, it's a Ponzi scam, it's a pyramid. And maybe only last few years my relatives and near friends start to believe in crypto.
Hello guys, so we are now in Dubai during Token 2049, and here with you Anna Tutova, CEO of Coinstelegram, and our today's guest Dmitriy Gerasimov, who is founder and CEO of Cellframe Network. It's a quantum resistant layer 0 blockchain. Great to have you here, Dmitry.
Hello.
So can you tell us how did you get into crypto? How did you discover crypto first?
It was not a usual story. I came in crypto from cryptography, and it was I was working with VPN service, and we were integrating modern cryptography. It was 2017. Quantum computers just get the first serious attention from community, and I'm a physicist, and I was aware about quantum threat. And in 2017, I implemented my first post-quantum cryptography in the real project. And one guy said me that why not to do some crypto based on your VPN software, because it's almost the same. It was a lie. It's totally not the same. But I decided why not? Why not? And started this project just from this quantum threat, from preparing to this quantum threat. I was not informed about all these specifics in crypto community at all. It was a surprise for me how it looks like. I was kilometers away from financial industry. So first years I was looking for partners, was searching for funding, was rebuilding team, projects was rerunning a few times, and I was still not understanding in what industry I'm diving in. Only after maybe 2019 I was realizing what was going on. And still surprised a little. I am still feeling like I am started some engineering project, some scientific project, but came in some kind of modern banking.
So you came from cryptography, like from the technology side rather than from financial side, but did you buy your crypto at that time back in 2017?
My first Bitcoin was purchased in 2011.
Oh wow!
Прошу прощения за то, что прерываю. Я чуть накосячил со светом случайно, сбилась в настройках.
Окей, не вопрос.
Нам сначала нужно снять?
Нет, вот последний.
Последний вопрос?
Ну вот последние два предложения буквально.
Yeah, so Ты перенастроил? Нормально? So you got into the industry from cryptography technology side rather than from financial side, but did you buy your crypto at that time?
I bought my first crypto in 2011. It was really a huge amount of bitcoins. I'm missing them because I have formatted hard drive with these bitcoins. After 6 months, I purchased them only to pay for hosting. I purchased some VPN service, purchased hosting, and forgot about them. I did not trust them, really. I seen potential in this story, but I was thinking that the rulers of our world will not allow this. The main miracle in crypto story that governments allowed this. So unfortunately, I came ultra early, but I gone away from it also early and returned it only after this with zero savings.
So when did you start buying crypto again?
I didn't start. I did my own crypto.
Okay, that's a good variant too. But how did you discover Bitcoin that early, like back in 2011?
I was famous about all these things around Bitcoin before. It was BitMoney or Bit something like this, or crypto money. Ever right now I can remind for sure how it called. But I heard about some crypto anarchists that trying to make some free money that can be emitted by everyone, and that's how, as I said before, I was working with cryptography, and that's how I knew about them.
Yes, that's great. It's pity that you lost your Bitcoin.
Unfortunately, if I had not, I would not searching for funding for my crypto startup. I would fund it by myself. Unfortunately, I formatted hard drive.
And did you share with your friends or anybody at the time about Bitcoin that you discovered this?
Yes, I was trying to propagate it in my informational bubble. Unfortunately, in my bubble, almost everyone decided that it's scam, it's a Ponzi scam, it's a pyramid. And maybe only last few years my relatives and near friends start to believe in crypto.
So they're buying it now?
Who knows? As I know, they buy my crypto. Maybe some top tier, but if you're asking for some advice to buy something, unfortunately I can't name anything interesting to buy.
Mm-hmm. And how did you explain Bitcoin back then to them, and whether this explanation evolved on your side, like whether you view Bitcoin differently now?
I was explaining more about my own crypto, and all talks was about Cell, not Bitcoin. When I was explaining it, I was trying to push more on a quantum thread, so all explanation was based on existing knowledge. So I explained about the Cell to people who knew about Bitcoin. From scratch, I hadn't tried to explain, because all this explanation from scratch, they face a really big problem. If people don't understand how it works, basic principles, I mean cryptography, I mean some IT moments, all explanation for them, it's something weird. And at the end of the explanation, they always have to choose to trust or not to trust. And unfortunately, it is. Most of crypto investors have to base their investigation on trust, not on the knowledge, because to have such knowledge, you need to spend years to understand it well, unfortunately.
So how do you explain what you do now to your grandma?
Unfortunately, my grandma, she's mathematician, and
Yeah, I wanted to ask
she
for
was
this.
married on Physicist, and she know well about quantum threat. That she understands well, but the rest, unfortunately, no. She understands deflation model of Bitcoin. Yes, it wasn't a problem. Wasn't a problem to explain the quantum threat, but all the rest, why it works, why it costs more than zero, why it's legal. Unfortunately, I failed to explanation.
So how far away are we from the real quantum threats?
Oh, I think it left years, not decades, but years, and it became faster and faster. In 2017, I had my own prediction that it will be broken in the middle of century. Another physicist, I have visited one conference in 2018 and asked a lot of physicists about them. They predicted 100 years, 200 years, thousands years. It was 2017, 2018. Modern prediction, not only mine. They are all about years, not ever decades. I think it will be correct in the end of this decade, beginning of the next one.
And you were one of the first to promote the ideas of protections against quantum threat in crypto. So how difficult was it first, and how is it changed over the time?
It was really difficult sometimes because in the beginning of this process you feel like a clone, like some crazy professors that trying to save people from virtual threat. People don't trust me, and it was really hard because you not just believing in this, you know that it's threat, and when you need to explain it, you don't know how to explain for ordinary people, and what to do the next. You need only to wait when this threat became more real, more sensitive, and when it became happening, when different people start to talk about this, when corporations start to talk about this. I think it was most important. When Google, Microsoft, Amazon, when they started to talk about quantum threat, it became much easier. I think about maybe 2 years ago, I stopped to. I found that I'm now not a clone. That people listen me carefully, they preparing seriously for this threat. Yes, different measures, predictions, approximations, they differ. Still, there are a lot of people that think that it happens maybe next century or so, or maybe in the middle of the century. But I haven't met people that don't trust at all. That's the biggest difference. Ever 3 years ago, most of people don't trust it at all. Vitalik Buterin, a lot of guys from Bitcoin community, they always answering, it's not a threat, forget about it, it's not a threat. Past a few years, it's threat, but we'll do hard fork, we'll implement some encryption. Okay, we still have decades, so things are changing. And now I feel like on the beginning of the rising wave with this.
Yeah, before nobody took it seriously, but now a lot of people still don't take it seriously, like it's far away, but some projects and investors think about it and implementing post-quantum cryptography. But you started so early and you designed the Cellframe blockchain with quantum protection in mind from the very beginning. So how much did you have to modify and change the blockchain architecture for this?
Almost everything. We wrote this from scratch. We cannot take any platform as basement to write it because post-quantum encryption has 200 bigger signatures than classical one, and it produces high requirements for performance because we have huge blocks We have, we cannot, for example, we cannot handle same consensus when all the verificators set their signature, because signatures are huge. If all of them will set this, it will be only the signatures in the block. Block processing also became too heavy for modern CPUs, so we have to rewrite everything from scratch on the C languages. I think we only blockchain that's written on C. I mean blockchain that's not some example or some small pet project of some few students. Only the real project, on the real blockchain that's written from scratch on C language, it's ours. And it took about 7 years.
That's a long time.
Long time. We were expecting about a year or two, but was a problem with investors. Their funds were out. We were changing investors during this process. Team mostly gone away. We started to form the new teams, and name of the project changes a few times. In the beginning it was Kelvin blockchain, that the project split it on the VPN and the project itself. VPN goes to another team. By the way, after a few years this team again returned back to us. Now we are together with them. And all these organized issues get us to work during the 7 years. 7 years from now, if we will talk about before the token declaration, before the TGE, it happens in 2020 or 21. I don't remember for sure. So it took a little less than 6 years. From 2017 to 2021, 4 years. Sorry, 4 years.
And can you tell about your ecosystem, projects which are built on your blockchain?
Ecosystem. Because we did so good scaling, we found that we cannot do just layer 1 and trying to get all the projects on board, but we can do more than just quantum protection. So we implemented a lot of interesting features, interesting for developers, for startups. Some of these features related with quantum protection, because quantum protection get us to make high-performance blockchain. High-performance blockchain allows to scale, for example. It allows to build some interesting thing like VPN, like dedicated fabric. We did some replacements for smart contracts, because with smart contracts also we expected a problem. Smart contract code is very heavy. So we wrote some kind of building blocks that we wrote on C, pure C. And we allow people to use these blocks without coding. It's still not so full functional like smart contracts, but it requires less. We have no gas, less fees. It has less fees and allows to build, for example, DEX. We have a working DEX in release that works without smart contracts. We have staking without smart contracts. We have voting polls without smart contracts, and some more things. And we add, and now we have not only post-quantum protection, but some ready blocks. And these blocks we propose for the different startups when they started to use it. So in our ecosystem, for now, there is a VPN, dedicated VPN. There is our own stable coin. Not our own, it's a different project, I mean, in our ecosystem. And it's not just stable coin, it's a flat coin. It's like stable coin, but connected not with fiat money, but with bag of gas, oil, food, something like this. Also, we have in our ecosystem meme coin, CPunk, but it's not just meme coin. I call them the best meme. Why I call them best meme coin in the world? Because it has lot of use cases. They are building DNA, they are building a messenger, they are building something else, and it's still based on memcoin. There are other projects, but not so much of them. So it's a time to build a new project for everyone who looks. For everyone, it's a really good time to build project on our platform, because still not a lot of projects based on them, but there are, and there is some capitalization, there is a community. So it's time to build something on Cellframe.
And what are your plans for the development of Cellframe network?
For the core software, we are planning to finish all the promised features this year or on the beginning of the next one. Right now we are moving the development itself from company-driven development to community-driven development. We already have some software developed by community. For example, we have a web interface for our node developed from scratch by community. Community right now developing their own wallet. For me, it's really a sign of acceptance, because nobody wants to make some alternative wallet for projects that has no perspectives from their point of view. So if they do the alternative wallet, it's a good sign. If we'll talk about what our plans to do based on the Cellframe, when we'll over everything that we have promised, left only few things: second layer of sharding and native smart contracts. Yes, we have replacement of smart contracts, but smart contracts we also want to implement. When we'll finish it, I think we'll start some project related with AI. Some AI driven blockchain driven AI project, but this will start on when we over all the blockchain works. Current blockchain works, by the way, they don't impact user experience at all. So everything that I told, what is left for them, people will not find the difference. I think only maybe when smart contracts will be native smart contracts, but because we have this replacement, we call it conditional transactions, TDApps, it's not a big deal.
And you told as well that when you started investing into Bitcoin back in 2011, that you were not sure about this idea, that the governments wouldn't allow this. But now we see that governments, especially like US and Trump, now announcing Bitcoin and crypto reserves. So what are your thoughts on this, and how has the market changed?
It's totally different situation, because there is a wide acceptance of cryptocurrencies. I have no such worries at all, and it's now our bright future, I think. Maybe crypto became like a dollar today, like some international payment system. Unfortunately, we still have a high volatility on the crypto market. It still have a big fluctuation of its price. It happens not only because it's some, how to say it, mostly it happens, I think, because there are still big flows because of traditional funds and crypto funds. When most of traditional funds will flow to the crypto funds, I think this volatility problem will go away, and we'll see the really wide adoption, really massive adoption, when people will prefer to have their savings in Cell, I believe, not in Bitcoin.
Yeah, but if we are, like, let's say 2-4 years away from the real quantum threat, and will Bitcoin be hacked, and what people will do, because the whole system will collapse this way?
Yes, and it will be a problem, and I think governments prepares to this problem. It's my own crypto conspirology. I think the lead developers on the crypto market aware about it, and they preparing for passing all the crypto holders through the KYC. Why I think so? Remember what said Vitalik about quantum threat. He said, if it happens, we'll just do the hard fork. Okay, you will do the hard fork like you did before, but how you will prove the ownership of the wallet addresses? Because only the proof is your private key, and if this key is compromised, only the way is the KYC, and that's, I think, why the quantum threat is holding a little in the Ethereum community, in the Bitcoin community. They aware that okay, let me hack everyone. Market will be dumped, so all the service people could purchase this with low prices. Then all the ordinary holders will be passed through the KYC. It's all the good for governments as well, to pay taxes, of course. And after this quantum apocalypse, or the Q-day, as we call it, crypto continues. I believe in Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will still be existent after this apocalypse, just their liquidity will be drained out. And I hope to get some of them, or most of them, in the best way, after this Q-day.
But Bitcoin is not quantum resistant, and if we do a hard fork of Bitcoin, it will be like totally different currency, and it breaks the whole idea of Bitcoin then.
Yes, same Ethereum, same Polka, Cosmos, everything. 99% of crypto is vulnerable for quantum computers. If they will implement BIP 36 or so, I don't remember for sure, there is proposal for Bitcoin to implement post-quantum encryption. However, you cannot just implement it, okay, it's over. You need to get all the holders to create the new wallet and pass their Bitcoins to the new wallet. If they will not do it, only the option will be KYC.
And what are the trends on the market do you see? What are the trendy narratives this year in crypto and blockchain?
For now?
Yeah.
Oh, hard to say, it's changing quickly. But I think the current narratives is, first of all, I think it's mass adoption. I see a lot of projects that trying to solve this problem for ordinary people to pay with crypto, to make some transparent payment system to allow people to pay with a Visa card for this. But it's still not above the cover. Above the cover, we see meme coins. We still see some trading tools. So hard to say what is really in trends right now. I have seen in trends, by the way, post-quantum as well. When happens something important in the world of quantum computers, like Majorana chip that developed by Microsoft a few months ago, like some breakthrough from Google in December of 2024, it also impacts the market. All the post-quantum coins began to rise, and Dow as well. But I cannot say that right now post-quantum is one of the hot topic in crypto. I hope it became nearest time. It should be. We see signs of this because it was a real rise of capitalization of all post-quantum coins in the December and February, especially in December. Our coin did more than 100% rise in about a month with this. When we'll be too close to this, I believe we'll see much bigger numbers. About the rest trends, I have big hopes on GameFi, but unfortunately GameFi is still more fi than game. They have a big trouble with game design. When the real game designers, they have a lack of tokenomics in their projects. So I think market is ready for someone who will have a good game design and good tokenomics. What's the rest of trends? I see a lot of L1 protocols. It's interesting. I don't understand why. This trend I don't understand. We don't need so many L1 protocols for sure. There is no such lot of needs for L1, but there are a lot of newbies in this industry. Looks it's like a trend, but not sure how many times it continues.
Everybody wants to control their own blockchain, I guess. Is that the case? And just to
yes,
on the issuance of tokens.
yes. Looks like it's like 2017 when was ICO era, when was a lot of L1 protocols. There are not so many L1 protocols right now, but it looks like a trend.
And we are now in Dubai, so what are your thoughts about crypto adoption here in the region?
It's really good adoption, because here you can somewhere purchase for crypto, usually it's USDT, but it looks like only USDT is adopted here. Other payment tokens or payment system, other blockchains not so widely adopted here. However, I see you can here easily purchase it, easily save it, because there is zero taxes for personal income. Nobody control it, so I think it's a good adoption here, but it could be better.
And we are as well just a day away from Token 2049, so what are your expectations from the conference?
First of all, I want to meet with people that are also aware about quantum threat. In the previous conference, I was really surprised at how many people serious preparing for them. Also, I want to find some more partnerships in the rising of our ecosystem. I want to attract more persons and companies to build something based on Cellframe and expose us just a little.
And as well, how long will this bull market last, in your opinion?
Sorry?
How long will this bull market last, in your opinion?
Oh, it's like a bet in gambling. It's not prediction. It could continue with years and could over in about a week. Really, I don't want to predict. All depends from Trump, I think. Because he's moving in the opposite direction. Markets businessmen just entrepreneurs trying not to do anything. So when the global economics, global politics will start to move only in one direction, I think we'll see the real bull run. Right now, it's not like bull run, I think. It's preparation for them, but it could end. We can have bull run, we can have crypto winter. It depends from what the politics do.
And what's your price prediction for Bitcoin by the end of this year?
Bitcoin price this year. Okay, let's bet on 100,000.
100,000? Like it's very obvious because we are now at 95.
Yes, that's my prediction. I'm not trader. I'm too tech guy. I'm not aware about undercover movements. I have no inside information from banksters, from politics. So my prediction doesn't differ from prediction from other people. That's why I give too trivial prediction.
Okay, so I guess your prediction will definitely come true because we are moving on that side.
Let's hope.
Yeah, thank you for interesting conversation and educating on quantum threats and quantum proofs.
You're welcome.